the officials of the ANC, NEC members, the leadership of the ANC and the alliance at all levels, business leaders present here, the diplomatic corps, religious and traditional leaders, comrades and friends, we extend a warm welcome, which is a greeting to you all this evening, and you have been sufficiently and warmly welcomed by the TG. We thank you for joining us to attend this important progressive business forum gathering. This event serves to cement and promote our partnership with our stakeholders, especially the business community. The ANC, as a governing party and leader of society, must engage with business and other stakeholders continuously. It is a critical partnership towards economic growth and the creation of much-needed jobs for our people. In a few hours' time, the African National Congress will begin its 5th National Policy Conference under the theme, The Year of O.R. Tambo, Let Us Deepen Unity. Since 1997, we have held policy conferences to review the implementation of existing policies, assess their adequacy, and propose areas for policy review or new policies towards the national conference. It is important to always remember that the ANC is not just a political party, it is a movement of the people of South Africa, which has been driven for many decades by the ideals of the Freedom Charter, justice and equality, as well as the sole objective to create a non-racial, non-sexist, democratic and prosperous society. Having brought about political freedom in 1994, the ANC is still working hard to achieve the socio-economic justice and equality which underpins the type of society envisaged by the founders of this organization, our forebears, more than 105 years ago. We continue to listen to our people because we understand that the ANC must at all times remain the parliament of the people, and that the people must at all times have a say in shaping the positions of the ANC and in guiding its approach to policy formulation. primary to the goal of the ANC is to unite the people of our country. We must unite as a people against poverty, disease, unemployment, underdevelopment, and many other social ills in our country. We are currently facing a technical recession. Our country has been downgraded to sub-investment status. This may sound scary, and it should be. However, we also know that when we unite and face such challenges as a people, we tend to overcome. That is why we shall work together to face the challenge of slow or no growth, the challenge of jobless growth, high unemployment, and frustrated young people, crime and corruption, and various other problems that face the country. We must also unite to celebrate our achievements and work together to move forward as a nation. We have expanded basic services to our people: health, education, housing, roads, and many others. More work still remains, as we have not reached many others who are waiting for services. And the more the services, the more the expectations by those who have not yet received the services. We thank the private sector for investing in some of the social programs, such as schools, clinics, and the provision of bursaries. We urge you to work with us to support our youth, especially the provision of internship and work experience, and also to absorb as many as possible in many companies. Working together, we can minimize the hardships and promote a better life for our people. Compatriots, allow me to state with all humility that despite the challenges within the organization currently, the ANC remains the only formation in society capable of mobilizing all South Africans to realize the vision of a united, non-racial, non-sexist, democratic, and prosperous South Africa. We want the ANC to become the political home for all South Africans who want to truly unite, who want a truly united, non-racial, non-sexist, and prosperous society. We are building an ANC that will be the political home of all who want to see better education, health care, housing, infrastructure, an end to crime and corruption, and the quest for a better Africa and a more equal world order. We believe that South Africa is a much better place to live in today than ever before, precisely because of ANC policies. It is also a better place today because the ANC has not been working alone. We thus thank business, labor, traditional leaders, faith-based organizations, the sport fraternity, non-organizational and community organizations, professionals, association, the international community, and indeed every sector that contributes each day towards a better life for all our people and a better South Africa. We will continue working with these sectors as we review our policies and continue working towards meeting our mandate of a South Africa free of poverty, inequality, and unemployment. We are steadily working to address the legacy of apartheid and have adopted the National Development Plan to eradicate these challenges of poverty, reduce unemployment, and address inequality. While the ANC has sound policies, we must use the policy conference to find mechanisms to accelerate their effective implementation. That will be our main focus, to say, how do we effectively implement our good policies? We are all also aware of the internal organizational challenges facing our movement. We are determined to attend to these, as we have always done so in the history of the ANC. We have set aside 2 days to focus on organizational renewal. South Africa needs a strong, united, and focused ANC. And we have a duty to ensure that we resolve all challenges that hinder the ANC from fully fulfilling its role as the leader of the society. I would not have done justice if I do not express my heartfelt gratitude again to you all for gracing this occasion with your presence. The ANC always take your support very seriously. As the TG said earlier, the ANC would not survive without your support, because it is a non-profit organization. It depends on your generosity and belief in it, that it will indeed deliver the final stage of our freedom, prosperity. Let us continue working together, putting our country first. Any differences that we may have must not impact on the need to put our country and its people first. In the world, people at times disagree. There is nothing strange when people disagree. As long as you have more than one person, the possibility of disagreeing is always there, even in the family. You can't say this family is now a lost cause because they argue. At times, argument helps to clarify the issues. And it is in the culture of the ANC to debate matters. Others would tell you that contradictions are important. Without a contradiction, it means there will be no life. When I was a young man, a clever old man said to me, impikiswano enyawo ibaluleke kabi ukuthi inyawo ziphikisana. In other words, the contradictions of the feet are an important thing for human beings. He says, if your feet are not contradicting each other, you will never move where you are standing. He says, as they contradict themselves, you move from point A to point B. And therefore, that contradiction is a healthy contradiction. So you can't say when there's a contradiction, then say we are fewer. No. Of course, there are hostile contradictions. So you must be able to distinguish between the two. That old man, I said, people can say many things, but old people are wiser indeed. I'd never thought about it. And he was saying in Zulu, they are talking as they walk. All impambil, 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 impambil. Nzobatolekela basihlele eduze. Colleagues, let us continue to mutually be beneficial partnerships to stimulate growth in the economy in spite of the current challenges. Indeed, the partnership between business and the ANC as well as its government is good for the country and for our people. We thank all stakeholders for ongoing support and partnership that exists between yourselves and the ANC. The ANC is stronger because of your support. The ANC will succeed because of your support. The journey to a full and complete freedom is still very long. We are going to be needing one another as we move forward. And when people are are in a long journey, they always come across difficulties and challenges along the journey. What is important is whether those people are able to overcome those challenges. That is what we must always look at. People who come from difficulties always have very difficult journeys. I'm sure you all know one leader called Moses, what difficulties he came across. Those who were with him, some of them began to say, maybe it was better where we come from. And it was not true. It was not better at all. But is the nature of the journey. It needs people with everything that is a strength to a nation. Well, we will meet tomorrow, beginning one of the longest, for the first time, policy conference. We aim to discuss our issues very thoroughly and emerge with solutions. And as ANC, we always succeed to emerge with solutions to problems. Let me wish all delegates of this policy conference a successful conference over the next few days. We have done all possible to ensure a fruitful and successful conference. I thank you for your attention and for you to be with us on the eve of our conference. The ANC lives, the ANC leads. Thank you very much.
Well, the President